Yes, it is.
So a new job potentially, at least a
Yep.
job interview. Okay, what's the job for? Or what will the new job be doing?
I will be doing like the pedagogical or educational part in a company that has a virtual university. So that will be my job to design the classes, to check the how the programs are created, if they are well done, and things like that.
Wow, that's really cool. Um,
Yes, it is.
yeah, that's awesome. That'll be a serious job too. A lot of work, obviously. Any job would be, but cool. That sounds awesome. Um, yeah. And so, yeah, that's really cool. What are you doing now? What's your job now?
I work as an English teacher, but as
Okay.
my English level is just not as good as I would like. I teach basics and intermediate, no, in starter and basic students. So
Hmm.
that's what I do, but that's what I'm doing now.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I actually sometimes teach basic Spanish students as well, so intermediate and
Mm.
basic Spanish.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I speak Spanish enough to be comfortable teaching intermediate and basics, but
Hmm.
yeah, definitely not perfect, but probably similar to your English, I would suppose.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
okay, cool. And Ruben, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I like going to the movies. I like going to run. I like running. What else? I often produce music. I make music on my computer. I use a
Wow,
virtual program. I don't know if you know FL Studio,
I'm
and
not familiar with it.
but it's a producing program that you can create use virtual instruments that can help you to build or to create sounds.
Nice. That's awesome. What kind of music do you usually produce?
I have some covers and I have some remixes on my YouTube channel, and for example, if I like a song, but I think that there is something that doesn't sound good or as I would like, I remake that song, but I correct the mistakes. So in a way, so I make it perfect to me. Hmm. That's the
Nice.
kind of song that I do.
That's really cool. Do you have your YouTube channel so I could like check out some of the music that you do?
Yes, sure.
That'd be awesome if you could send it in the chat box. 'Cause that sounds really interesting at least. Um,
This was the first song I made. Hmm?
okay. Cool. Yeah,
I
I'll
made
definitely check
it
that out.
like I don't know. Let me see how many years ago.
Cool. And how long have you been doing it since this has been out?
Yes, I started when I was I perhaps 12, 14. I started using the program.
Okay.
Yes, the program, but I didn't know how to use it well. So I started exploring the program and learning by myself how to use it, because when I started using this program, there weren't enough tutorials or like teachers to teach this kind of how to use these programs. So I was discovering by myself all the instruments and how to create songs. And this was
Nice.
my first song, and it took me like 4 months to create it completely.
Wow. That's intense. That's really cool.
Yes, and there is also the link if you want to download the song in their new version, in the latest.
Okay.
Let me type it in the chat box if you want to listen it.
Perfect.
Here it is. You can download it.
Nice. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Awesome. And David, welcome back to class as well. David, how's it going?
Hi Joshua, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. David, what have you done since our last class?
Since the last class, Oh, was like afternoon, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was only a few hours ago.
few hours ago. I take a little more classes, and then I finish to train some weightlifting in my bedroom, and I
Nice.
just join your class.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Well, it's good to see you again.
Thank
Good. And let's get started. Let's go into today's class. And Ruben, can you read the title and the next couple of lines?
Yes. The apartments and houses infinitive and gerund. In today's lesson, we'll talk about renting a house or an apartment, house and apartment vocabulary, rent prices.
Okay, nice. And can you ask David the question?
Sure. David, if you had a choice, would you buy a house or rent an apartment, and why?
Okay, well, I will I will buy a house because I think from my point of view, if you have to pay, it's best that the payment that you do is for buying a thing, not just for the stay. I mean, not just for rent. It's for buying, not for rent. It's better because you are getting something, and when you are renting, the house is not, not you, not, you are not the owner, right?
I see.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
You got.
the house is not yours. That's good. Um, really good job. Good corrections too. And Ruben, do you agree or do you disagree? What would you do?
You got a point there, but I think that it would be okay if you had an apartment because you can move on and go to another city if you get bored of the city you live in. Or for example, you have a job when you have to travel a lot. Um, Renting apartments, it's a good idea because you can change your change this of the city, say the city where you live. If you need it, you don't have to leave your house alone. So in that way, apartments are sometimes good.
Yeah, no, that's good. Definitely awesome. Really good opinions and definitely the perks of renting and buying. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next page. And David, can you ask Ruben the first question?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Ruben, how many times have you looked for an apartment or a house?
I've looked for an apartment 4 times. Since I started the university, I rented the first one. After that, I moved on a new apartment because it was too far from my school. Um, After that, I move on again because I wanted to live closer to the school. So, and now I'm looking for a new apartment because I'm expecting a new job. That's why I
Nice.
told you that it's better to have to rent apartments in case that you need to change your residence. Is that okay?
Yeah, in case you have to change your residence, for sure. That's perfect. Good. Okay, Ruben, can you ask David the next question?
Yes, and David, what's the hardest thing about finding a new apartment?
Mhm. I think the hardest things about finding an apartment is to get the the correct the right price for the apartment, and beside that, the the, the best location, and the
Hmm.
size is also difficult sometimes because
Okay.
some apartments are smaller.
Yes, the
Yes,
best location.
yes, you're right because sometimes you can rent apartment in far locations. They are cheap, but perhaps there's not enough security,
Mhm. Yeah.
or they don't have enough services, or the quality of the services are not adequate. So when you live like in, for example, downtown or near to the beach or near to like like I don't know how to say that, like cosmopolitan place, you can have better services, but you have to pay more for those departments.
Good. Good. Remember, we'd say close to and just near. So when we
Okay.
use near, we don't have the preposition after it, but good. Um, I
Okay.
think
So,
that's a really, really good answer. Okay. Um, yeah, for sure. And David, can you ask Ruben the last question? And it's not really a question, but can you ask him this last thing?
Yeah, 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 sorry, what was that? The last one, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
Away, no, sorry. What is- How describe your apartment?
It's kind of hidden.
My apartment has just two rooms, the bathroom and the living room. That is the place where I dream, I sleep, and where I have my computer and other things, because I rent like a apartment for students. So I have a little kitchen with a little fridge, a microwave, the AC because where I live is too hot. It has many windows, around 5 windows, so it's pretty cold. It's pretty like fresh. Is that correct? It's like pretty. Yes, it's pretty cool. And I have a little bed and all my clothes. That's what my apartment is like.
Nice. Okay. Can you repeat close? So when we
Clo-
say, yeah, close.
Clothes.
Yeah, perfect. A lot of times it's almost that Z sound, like close the store. I have a lot of
Clothes.
clothes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, definitely. Um, good. And David, what about your apartment? What's your apartment like?
Yeah, my apartment is bigger, it's like a house. My apartment has 3 floors, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, living, kitchen, and yeah, and well,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, it's bigger.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Seems like it's quite a bit bigger. Awesome. Really good grammar too. I wouldn't change anything. Good pronunciation as well. Do either of you have any questions here? Any questions on this page?
No,
Not so far.
Okay, good. Let's go. And David, can you read the title and the first four words?
yeah, sure. Vocabulary, read the words and define them. Advertisement, contract, sign, deposit,
Good. Contract.
contract. Right.
Yeah. Contract signed deposit. Good job with everything else. And Ruben, can you read the next three words?
Yes, a renter, landlord, repairs.
Good. Do either of you have any questions about any of these words?
Is deposit. The stress is in deposit.
Is it what?
Deposit. The stress is in po. Po.
Yeah. The stress is in paw.
Yeah.
Deposit.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And so if that's the only question, can you each choose one word and make a sentence using that word? So write a sentence in the chat box.
Yes. The chat box.
And remember, they don't have to be perfect. Nice, Ruben. Okay, and Ruben, can you read your sentence and say it out loud?
Yes. Signing a contract is the first requirement when you rent an apartment.
Nice. Maybe just the pronunciation of requirement. Requirement.
Requirement.
Nice. Yeah, not choir. And David, is your sentence almost ready? Is your sentence already ready? Or almost ready?
George, my keyboard doesn't working,
Oh
so
no.
I can't type very well.
Okay. Can you say a sentence? Can you say a sentence?
Okay. Like, for example, the landlord asked me for a deposit when I move on into the new apartment.
When I move?
Yeah, when I move into the new apartment, right?
Okay. We're missing a couple small things, at least in the sentence that I wrote. How do we change move?
I move on. Move on.
Not quite. So okay, actually, I guess we could change it one way. So how do you change ask? Let's go there first. How do we change ask?
For another verb or in another.
No, we just need to change that verb itself a little bit.
The landlord asking me no.
We could either put it in the past tense, or we could keep it
Yeah.
in the present tense, but we need to change it in the present tense.
The landlord asked me with ed.
Ed, asked? Yeah. Or you could say, he asks.
Alright.
Right? So this is the third person present tense. The landlord asks me for a deposit when I move into the new apartment, or he asked me for a deposit when I moved. So can you read that sentence one more time with one of those corrections?
Yeah. The landlord asked me for a deposit when I moved into the new apartment.
Good. Perfect. And good. Do either of you have any questions here?
No.
Oh my god. I'll get back. I'll get back.
Sorry? Oh, did he say I'll be right back? Okay. David, can you read the title?
Yeah, sure. Gerund and infinitives. Fill in the blank with a gerund or an infinitive.
And can you, the first one?
Yeah, sure. Don't forget the keys to the client. Don't forget to give the keys to the client.
Perfect. And the second one?
I hate blank into a new apartment. Packing and unpacking is such. I hate moving into a new apartment.
Good. And the next one?
I imagine uh, buying
Yeah.
that house every day. It's so beautiful.
Good.
The
Fine.
pronunciation is imagine. I imagine.
Yeah, imagine. Imagine. And can you repeat house? House?
House.
Good. Okay, what about the next one?
I need to sell the house by Tuesday.
Perfect. And the next one?
The house still needs cleaning.
Still needs clean?
Cleaning.
Yeah, good. The house still needs cleaning. Really good job. Okay, and Ruben, are you back? Not quite yet. Do you have any questions, David?
No, everything's clear.
Okay, let's go on. Oh, not there. Um,
I'm sorry.
oh, don't be sorry. Okay, yeah. David, can you play student A? And Ruben, can you play student B?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
You're outside. I'm going to read it.
So,
You're outside. Yes.
yeah, you go ahead and read it first. So go ahead and read your role first. Out loud.
Are talking with me or with Ruben?
Yeah. Yeah, David, can you read yours
Uh,
first?
okay, so you just move into a new house. You see the person who lives next to you standing outside. You want to introduce yourself.
You're outside getting the mail. You see someone walking towards you, and you don't know them.
Good. Good pronunciation of towards. That sounded good. Um,
Towards.
okay, towards. Okay, and can you guys go ahead and play those roles?
Hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Ruin. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you new here?
Yeah, actually, I moved today to this neighborhood.
Good. Where do you come from?
I come from Bogota.
Good. Why did you come from, or why did you come here?
Yeah, actually, it's because I get a new job here in this big city, and I need to move because the company is here. Yeah.
Oh, good. Um, if you do you want to know something about the neighborhood?
Yes, I appreciate a lot if you could introduce me the neighborhood. Where are the shopping mall? Where is the shopping mall? Where is the park? Well, that kind of things.
Sure. This is a good neighborhood. It's quiet. It has many services. We have some stores. We had a gym. We had a park. We have a hospital near here. We have some swimming pool. So it's a good place to live. It's very really quiet and it's safe.
Okay, that is it's good to know that. So, there is any problem with safety, or it's
No, not at all. No, it's really quiet and the police is always like watching around. It's really safe. We have no
uh,
problems about that.
okay? Another thing is allowed to have pets. I mean dogs or things like that.
Yes, you're allowed to have pets, uh, as always. No, how would I say it? Just the only condition is that you have to care of them and keep them leashed. Uh, like keep them safe and keep them yes, leash, right?
Leashed.
Leashed. And of course, taking all the
Clean the poop.
the proofs. Yes, I was looking for another word, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Good. Awesome. Really good job, guys. So only a couple small things. Um, we'd ask where are you from, not where do you come from. It's just it's a little bit more awkward. It works, but where are you from? You could also say where are you coming from. So you use the
Okay.
progressive, and both those just sound smoother. Um, and David, I got a new job. I got a new job. Um, and also we'd say I would appreciate it. So, would you like me to show you around the neighborhood? Yeah, I would appreciate it, or I'd appreciate it. Because it's not, um, it's still kind of like a hypothetical thing. And
Oh
then
yeah.
to the neighborhood. Introduce me to the neighborhood. I think that sounds good though. Yeah, maybe plural and singular. So the police are instead of the police is. Um, but good. I think that was awesome. Do either of you guys have any questions here?
Mm, no, you use a phrase over show around. It's like to show them all the neighbor.
Yeah, show you around.
Okay.
Definitely.
No, okay.
Okay,
And
good.
yeah, Joshua, what is leash? Leash?
A leash. Can you explain what a leash is, Ruben?
Yes, leash is to use like a cane or like it's something to keep the animal in a place.
Like
Hmm.
a jail for animals. Not like a. So, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so you
Chain
walk a
with a
dog
chain,
on a
for
leash.
example, with a chain.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's like a chain. Yeah, usually a leash is like a little bit softer and lighter than a chain, but pretty much a chain could be a leash. Good. Okay. And let's go on to the next page. Um, and so, David, can you ask Ruben the first question?
Okay, in your opinion, what is the best way to convince someone to lower the price of a house or apartment?
To convince someone to lower the price of a house, I would use like the weaknesses, the house weaknesses. So, for example, if I find a problem with, I don't know, some leaks or some like issues that the house has, so in that way, I would say, okay, look at this problem. So, would you should lower the place because I have to repair this part of the house. I will have to repair this issue. We have to fix this issue. So, I'm going to spend money on it. So, you have to lower the price.
Okay, nice. Issue. Can you repeat issue?
Issue,
Good. Issue.
issue.
Um, Definitely, that's a great way of doing it. So I'm going to spend money on this, so we should make the price a little bit lower. Okay. David, do you agree or do you disagree? What's a good way to lower the price?
No, I agree. I agree.
Okay. Can you
Uh,
think of any other ways?
um, no, I mean, no, no, I think it's okay.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, and Ruben, can you ask David the next question?
Yes, what is the most important thing to consider when choosing a house or apartment?
Okay. There are important things when you consider to choose an apartment or a house. First, for me, first of all, is the price. If the price is correct, I will be more pleasant to rent the apartment. Secondly, it's important. It's very important the location. If if the place is near to a important street, so or or have if you are able to take the bus near to the house. And other thing is um, the place be more be bigger.
Okay, so the size of the place?
Yeah, I was looking that word. Yeah, the size.
Okay, good. So the size is really important as well.
Mhm.
Again, one small thing, remember we'd say close to. If you're able to take the bus close to the house or close to your house or
I
near.
what sorry, what did I say?
You said near to your house or near
Yeah.
to the house.
And
But
why
we
do
could
you?
say,
Yeah.
excuse me?
Sorry, go ahead.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, my question is why I can use near instead of close.
Okay, so you can use near, but you can't say near to. So when we say near, we don't use a preposition after. So near has no preposition, and close has the preposition. So if there's a bus close to home, but the bus is near my house. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes.
Okay. Um, Perfect. And I think that was good. One small thing, David. Can you repeat bus? Bus.
Yeah, bus.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say like in Spanish, bus.
Yeah. Bus. Yeah. It's okay. It's one of those things that definitely happens. Okay, and yeah, what about you, Ruben? Can you think of anything else that's important?
The most important, the security are one of the most important things.
The security are?
The security is
Hmm.
security is one of the most important things. Um, Also, the location. What I mean with this is that um, the bus routes, sorry, the services, um, and that's it. I think yes,
Okay, yeah, definitely. So public transportation.
yes,
Maybe we
public
could do.
transportation.
So just to include like subways, bus lines, trains, all anything really,
Hmm.
public transportation. Cool. Definitely, I think security is a good thing too. Perfect. Nice job. Do you guys have any questions on this page?
No.
Okay,
No.
let's go into the idiom. And David, can you read the idiom?
In the doghouse, to be in trouble. Example, I forgot to take out the trash again this week and Caroline is so mad. I'm definitely in the doghouse.
Nice. And remember, it's almost to be in trouble with someone.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's mad at you. Um, that's just an extra point. Ruben, have you ever been in the doghouse?
Yes, definitely. Um, Many times, but let me remember once. Uh, um, just from a couple of minutes ago, I was working and I thought that was 9 p.m. And I thought that it was time to go home. So I left the school. I left the. I got off work, but when I watched my watch, I noticed that it was 8. So I have to go back to the school and continue working.
Okay, nice. I realized it was 8. Okay, and so you had to go back to school and keep working. That's good. We'd look at our watches. We wouldn't watch our watch. So just when I looked at my watch, this is the only small thing I'd correct.
Okay,
Um,
thank you. I look at.
yeah. And did anybody get mad at you? Did anybody notice you were gone?
No, anybody got mad. No, nobody got mad because
Okay.
anybody noticed.
Okay.
Nobody noticed.
Nice. Good. And so that's really close to being in the doghouse, but it's not quite being in the doghouse. So we'd want to go where somebody actually got mad at you. So my boss saw me come back and she said, "Where were you?" And she was really mad at me for a few days because I'd left early. Um,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, if we're in the doghouse, we're usually in somebody else's doghouse or somebody's putting us in the doghouse. David, can you think of any examples?
Yeah, yeah. I have been many times in the couch. Oh, let me think. One. Um, yeah, was yesterday because I had class in the university. So with my friends, we had to make a paper like a work in the class. But I had to leave the class earlier because I needed to go to an appointment with a not to with the doctor with a medical appointment. But uh, I forget. What I mean when I leave the classroom, I took with me the papers, the
Oh
papers
no.
about of the work. So I leave and when I went when I when I was in the waiting room in the hospital. I realized of that, and I sent a message by WhatsApp to my friends, and they were so mad with me because they have to start from the beginning.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, they were very mad because they I because when we left the class we almost finished the paper, so was an annoying thing. Yeah. That is for my
Nice.
memory.
Definitely, that sounds like a really annoying thing. You would have been in my doghouse too. Um, One thing we'd say, we were almost finished with. We were almost finished with the paper.
Yeah, we were almost finished.
Okay. Um, the irregular past tense of to leave is left. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, oh, instead of saying make a paper, we had to write a paper. Or we had to do a paper, you could say as well. So do or write, we wouldn't make a paper. Does that make sense?
Yep, yes, super
Okay.
sense.
Okay, perfect. And Ruben, what about you? Can you think of a time where you were in somebody else's doghouse?
When I was in a dog's house,
Yeah, when you were in a doghouse with somebody.
um, yep, it happens again in a work. Work. I went to work, but I used the wrong uniform. So my boss got mad because we are supposed to use the uniform, a different uniform each day. So I was in the dog's house when he uh, called me to the office to talk about that.
Okay, nice. And so did you wear the same uniform twice, or did you just wear the wrong uniform, or what happened?
I just used the wrong uniform. hmm Because I
Okay.
thought it was Tuesday and it was Wednesday.
That's funny. That's really funny. Um,
Yes, it is.
okay. That must be difficult, just having days of the week uniforms. That would be kind of confusing. But good, really good answer. And do either of you have any questions on this page?
No,
No, no, it's okay.
Cool. And let's go into this quotation. David, can you read the first quotation?
yeah, sure. Talking about home. Home wasn't a set house or a single town on a map. It was wherever the people who loved you were. Whenever you were together, not a place but a moment, and then another. Building on each other like bricks to create a solid shelter that you take with you for your entire life, wherever you might go. Mm,
Wherever. Wherever.
Wherever, wherever.
Good, wherever.
Wherever is the same that whatever.
It's close. Wherever is with location, and whatever is with a thing. Does that make sense?
Okay, wherever with places and whatever with things. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. And let's have Ruben, can you read the second quotation?
Yes, but before teacher, what is shelter? Shelter?
Shelter?
hmm
So a shelter is a place where you can get out of the wind and the rain. So shelter is just a place that keeps you safe from the weather. Um, and so it's kind of become a more generalized term. A shelter is a place that keeps you safe from something. So it's just something that shelters you. It keeps you safe. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And so yeah, can you read that second quotation?
Yes. Never make your home in a place. Make a home for yourself inside your own head. You'll find what you need to furnish it. You will find what you need to furnish it: memory, friends you can trust, love of learning, and other such things. That way, it will go with you wherever you journey.
Good. Really nice pronunciation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And Ruben, can you ask David the first question?
Yes, what do you think about this
Cool.
quotations?
Good.
Quotations. What are the authors trying to say?
Okay. Actually, it's a very deep quotation. I'm not sure if I understand the whole thing, but the author, I think, is trying to explain us that that the home is not the house. I mean, uh, the home is not the house because the house is just walls, bricks. It's like a building, but a home is could be any place where where you where you are happy with your family and and yeah, yeah.
Okay. Nice. I think that's good. Ruben, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I just said these are deep thoughts that the authors um, refers to. The most important thing is that uh, you can have a home as long as you are with your family, with people you love. So the important thing is not the building, but the people that live in those places.
Nice. As long as you're with the people you love. Really good. And so it's a little bit more than the people in your home. So like, I think these things too. Um, so like friends you could trust, love of learning, memory. So besides your family, Ruben, besides your family, what other things make you feel at home? So what else makes you feel at home?
I feel in home when feel I feel comfortable with with the environment. I mean, the people. I feel loved. I feel useful. And I feel that I'm learning a lot of things. So that makes me feel satisfied and makes me feel in home.
Okay, so when you feel like you're learning a lot of things, it makes you feel satisfied, makes you feel like you're at home. Definitely, that's a good one. So yeah, learning is a huge thing to have available to you because you can feel at home in a lot of different places. Okay, David, what about you? So what are some other things besides your family that make you feel at home?
Well, actually, for me, it's a little different because at the opposite, at Truven, I have never moved to another place. I have been living in this house from my whole life. So it's like I am accustomed to this place. So um, yeah, it's like that feeling of being in home when I am here.
Okay. Okay, so you're just really used to your house, so you've almost grown attached to your house to the point where, home is your house. Can you repeat accustomed? Accustomed?
Accustomed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've grown accustomed to it. Cool. Um, okay. What is it about? Maybe can you think of anything else that you would think of when you think of home besides your house? What else do you
Oh,
think of?
yeah. Like I said. always, like I said before. So, um, yeah, being with my family, no? my my parents and my sister. Yeah,
Okay.
the material things doesn't care, so it's more like the family.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, really good. And so do you guys have any questions here? Any questions on this page?
But
No, it's are really deep thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You guys did a really wonderful job with them too. Um, okay, let's go here and I'll screen share this in a second. Um, so practice with the infinitive and the gerund. Actually, we can do
Um,
it in the chat box as well. So if you want to go to that page,
yes,
um,
I hate
and
them.
I hate the infinitive and gerund. They're difficult. Definitely difficult. So hold on, let's
Yes,
go.
because there is, or I think that there are no rules like to know when to use one or when to use the other, or is
Yeah,
there a rule?
there aren't really rules. You kind of have to memorize the
Mm-hmm.
verbs that take the infinitive or gerund. Um, there's um, there's some kind of tricks and rules. So this website I'm actually gonna send right now has a lot of really good tricks. So the tutorial, and we'll go into the part 2 of it. So hold on, I'll send you that. But let's have David. Can you try number 1?
mhm. I can't stand. I can stand. I can stand. I can stand her complaining all the time.
Perfect. I can't stand her complaining. Ruben, what about the next one?
Our teacher won't allow us to use dictionaries
Good.
during
Perfect.
the test.
David, the next one?
We advise. We advise him to take a taxi instead of walking to a restaurant.
Nice. And Ruben, the next one?
The city doesn't allow to park along curbs painted red.
Almost. Not quite.
Allow parking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, doesn't allow parking. Good. What about the
So
next one? Oh.
so when you put like a person like in the example number 2 won't allow us to
Mm-hmm.
use dictionaries, but when you don't use like you use directly a verb after allow is in ing form.
Yes. Yeah, it's tricky, but so if you do have the direct object pronoun, so
Uh-huh.
us, you do have to use to use. Their
Oh,
infinitive. And then if there's no direct object, it's parking. So just the gerund.
so that's what I thought that was to park, but okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes, good,
Yeah.
good.
Good though. And David, what about the next one?
Yeah. She prefers. She prefers. She prefers my making dinner because she doesn't like it.
Good. Perfect. Really good job. That was a hard one. And Ruben, what about the next one?
Um, it's not prefers to make.
It could be if it didn't have the end of this. So she prefers making dinner because I don't like to cook. But because she doesn't like to cook, she prefers my making dinner. So possessive pronouns followed by the gerund. My making.
Okay.
It's a little bit tricky. It's not used very frequently either. So that's something good to know. Um, it's definitely grammatically correct, and it is occasionally used. Most of the time, we would say she prefers when I make dinner because she doesn't like to cook, or she prefers me to make.
Okay. So in this case, we can say it that way. If he prefers my making dinner,
Hmm.
no prefers me making dinner.
Yeah, she prefers me to make dinner. You could say, um,
Okay.
but my making. What about the next one?
Yes. I hope you don't mind smoking while you eat.
Close.
Let me see. Let me see.
So think about while you eat. So of course, if they're smoking, they don't mind smoking while they eat.
You don't
Um,
mind. So is that the previous one? You don't mind my smoking?
mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yep. It's tricky, but good.
It is. It is.
And like I said, it's not very common. Um, I hope you don't mind, yeah, my smoking. Yeah, that's a little bit more common than my making, but I think, yeah, still a little bit rare. David, what about the next one?
Mhm. Um, John is never on time to work. I hate. John is never on time to work. I hate, I hate, I hate him to arrive late every day.
Not quite.
No, but John is I mean, John is not. I hate arriving. No, I hate his arriving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again with a possessive pronoun.
Yeah, I think was him. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Teacher,
And yes.
I got a question. For example, in these cases that my making, my smoking, he's arriving, the idea is the same. I mean, when you translate it, for example, she prefers when I make the dinner, or she prefers when and for example, the number six. I hope you don't mind that I smoke while you eat it, while you eat,
Yep, that works too. And that's another way of saying it.
but it's
I
the
hope you
same
don't mind
idea.
that I smoke. Yes, exact idea.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Really good question. Um, and so I think it's Ruben. Is it yours, this one?
Yes, Sarah, you urge,
It sounds like urged.
urge,
Urged.
urge,
That's a hard one to urged. Urged.
urge. I've never seen this before. It's like
It's like
me,
recommended me
mod.
strongly.
Okay, me to both,
Hmm.
both. You urge me to both.
In the next election.
In the next election.
Yeah, can you read the whole sentence? And
Sure.
urged.
Sarah urged me to vote in the next election.
Good. And David, the next one?
Yeah. Joshua Orch is urgent.
It's so when you urge somebody to do something, it's like you recommend that they do something strongly. It's like you need to do it. They're trying to force you to do it. So it's like not quite forcing somebody to do something, but it's close.
Okay. Mm,
Like to persuade.
Yeah, it's like to try to persuade, but
Persuade.
it's to persuade somebody strongly to do something.
But yeah, okay. He needs to get a visa extension immediately. The authorities won't permit. The authorities won't permit. Again, the authorities won't permit him to him to stay in the country without a visa.
Good. Yeah, the authorities won't permit him to stay. Good. And the next one, Ruben.
Travel agents usually advise uh, to confirm. Yep.
Close. Not quite.
Advice con. Advice confirming,
Reconfirming.
reconfirming flight bookings 3 days before departure.
Good. Nice job. David, can you repeat immediately? Immediately?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Immediately. Oh, sorry. Immediately?
Immediately. Immediately.
Immediately.
Good.
Okay, immediately. Okay,
Perfect.
it's tricky.
And so unfortunately, we're out of time. I do have to go because I have another class right after this. Do you guys have any last questions or comments?